Hello friends, Manalmon is here bringing you this video on jungle guide. It's a guide about jungle item. I'm going to talk with you why these jungle items are so important and when you need to buy how much amount of jungle item. Like as you can see there are 3 tier of jungle items here, but before that I want to tell you something more important than that. I have intentionally not picked the leech as you can see my tactic here. So to do jungle it is necessary to pick the leech so that you can buy the jungle items. So here you can see like uh, I don't have leech, so I cannot access. I can, it is saying section ability requires to purchase. Like I need the leech tactic, only then I can buy the jungle items. And now let's talk about the jungle items. So first jungle item is the Deadpool shotgun. If you are a new to game and you by mistake pick the leech on any of your hero, then you will always buy the Deadpool shotgun, and this is where the main problem starts. Many players just buy the Deadpool shotgun and after that they are going to go for their default builds whatever they are using. So if you buy the Deadpool shotgun, and I have seen this mistake made by so many players, like sometimes they just buy Deadpool shotgun, it is like by default, and then go for their normal default build. But sometimes they intentionally buy the Deadpool shotgun, but after that they don't buy any of the jungle items. Now this is really important. I'll tell you how. I will tell you why this is very important, because the second tier jungle item gives you an extra, like it is going to enhance your leech to deadly leech, so that you can also attack the enemies with your tactic. It is same as like wound reduces the HP of enemy according to the percentage of damage you have done on them. So in same way leech is going to help you to deal damage on the enemies. That's why it is very important to buy the second tier item. Now whenever you are doing jungle in the power core category, you always need to have the bestial boost. It will be that small core which you always need. Now you can see I have leech, so I can access to buy these jungle items. Now so passive of this jungle item is attacking monster deal 15. You are going to deal some extra true damage on the jungle monster and your HP is going to get recovered. And with that power core that I was telling, that you need to have that power core. If you have that power core, you will take less damage from the jungle creeps or jungle monster, and the buff, whatever buff you take from the jungle creeps, like blue buff, red buff, that buff from avatar of Bast, all of these buffs time limit will be increased. So it is best recommended to have whatever power core you use, always have bestial boost in it. Now for jungle item, you understand this first tier 1 item. For the tier 2 item, it will cost you 300, but you will get 100% HP regen, and this is very important. If you see the passive of the first tier item, it deals true damage on the jungle creep and it is also going to recover some HP for you. But the moment you buy the second tier item, you will get 100% HP regen. That means whenever you get low into the fight, you have seen me in my live gameplays when I play, I never took the recall after in the fights. I always go back to do jungle. Even if I'm around 10 to 20% HP, I don't go back to the jungle. I don't have any lifesteal item. I directly go back to, instead of taking recall, I go to the jungle and kill some creeps so that I can have my HP regen. That's why this is really important to buy the second tier item, and then it is also going to enhance your passive, the leech to the deadly leech. Like I will show you here. Oh wait, where is this enemy dummy? And here you see I can deal damage on the enemy. The more higher your level, you will be able to deal more damage on the enemy, and this is the true damage. So if the enemies have any kind of defense, it won't matter because you are dealing the true damage on the enemy. So that's why that second tier item is so much important. First for HP regen, second is for deadly item. And many players, like in the past when I told them to buy the deadly shotgun, after that buy the Punisher's shotgun, that second tier item, and they say like we don't need, because we are sharing the passive same as the first tier item. But they are forgetting you are getting the deadly leech as well as the 100% HP regen. Now talking about our tier 3 item, In tier 3 item we only have 4 items, and they are according to the heroes you are going to pick. Mainly for assassin, fighter, jungle, if you are doing, then this quantum rifle is the next best item. Okay, wait, I'll sell all the items so you can see their exact cost. So it is every item has the same cost, but I'll tell you the which items are more effective. I mean, there is some difference. So this first tier item is mainly for the physical attack user. Marksman can also use this jungle item, like some gambit, maybe Starlord also. And second tier first tier item gives you 120 physical attack, 10% cooldown reduction, and 100% HP regen. So these are the stats. By the way, this 100% HP regen is mainly shared from the second tier item, so it doesn't matter. Mainly the first tier item gives you 120 physical attack and 10% cooldown reduction. HP regen, and this is so huge. But it doesn't end here, because we are also getting the passive of heavy attack. Your next basic attack after using any of the skill is going to deal an additional damage of like 10 into 5% of your max HP. That's why mass place is the best item if you are playing a tank or maybe a fighter who wants to be the front line. You may have seen me, like when I play the Black Knight, I have made a video on that, the tanky build of Black Knight, being a frontline and also dealing a lot of damage on the enemy. Mars, I was buying Mars Blaze because of that reason. Not only that, like this passive, but it also gives you 200% HP regen, and this is huge. You know, the Black Knight second skill helps him to regen HP, so it is going to boost your HP regen, as well as when you are killing the jungle creeps, your HP regen is also going to increase further. So now for our third item is the Shining Ether. This item is for the energy heroes, the power heroes, because it gives you 160 energy attack, then 10% cooldown reduction, and HP regen is again from the second tier item. But not only that, its passive share the passive of Darkhold. Like if I go here in the Darkhold, its passive says you deal damage. Whenever you deal damage on the enemy hero, it is going to deal 5% of the target's current HP. And if you see here, like I'm having the same stats, like, but it is more 8% of the target's current HP. And if you compare the cost, it is going to give you can buy this item at 1750, and you can buy this item at 2080, and you see the stats, you get 170 energy attack in this one, 10% cooldown reduction, and 100 HP. But as compared to, like, damage is almost same, like it is only a 10 damage difference, but the main passive difference is a lot. You get extra 3% in that. And for our last item, this is the Twilight Beads, and this item is mainly bought by the attack speed item. In some cases it is also bought by the fighter and assassin heroes if they want. Like in the beginning, I have also bought this item on Black Knight, like this. That was a different build. I may have shared that build video or not, I'm not sure, but you can buy this item on your fighter and assassin heroes as well. Now this item gives you 5% of 50% attack speed, and this is huge. Like there is no other item in the which gives you that much attack speed. 50% is a lot. Then next is the 100% HP regen, which is again same as the Punisher shotgun. Now next is the passive effect. Whenever you deal basic attack on the enemy, you will deal 5% of the target's max HP. And if you compare it, this is same as the passive of Valkyrie bow, though Valkyrie bow is a lot costly, like it is 2130. That's why it gives you 8% of the target's current HP, as well as some lifesteal, attack speed, and physical attack. But this jungle item, being the cost, it is so low, 1750 is a lot less cost than like 2100 something. So this is why these tier 3 jungle items are so much necessary on your jungle heroes. I mean, whenever you do jungle with any heroes, like I got so many times in the chats, like when I ask them why are you not buying the tier 3 item, and they simply replies to me, we don't want the stats. Man, what are you doing? You get such an awesome stats by the less items, though in some cases it's your choice. If you don't want to buy the tier 3 item, you like some other item, so you can definitely go for them, but at least buy till the tier 2 item. This is so much necessary, as I've already discussed before. The tier 2 item is so much important. And in tier 3 item, now let's talk about which hero, like, okay, no, I have already talked about that. Now we are going to talk about which of the four these jungle item is most effective and helpful. If we compare the stats, like, everyone is almost giving us two stats ability, like, we are not going to include the 100% HP region because it is from the tier 2 jungle item, though in Mars Blaze we are getting extra 100%. So let's compare. In the quantum rifle, this is for the fighter and assassin, you are getting 120 physical attack, 10% cooldown reduction, and that's it. You are getting extra 2 bonuses effect. Then for the Mars Blaze, you are getting again extra 2 and 1 more passive effect. So these count to 3 HP, HP regen, and your basic attack after using skills. Then for your shining ether, you are getting energy attack, and 160 is a lot energy attack, because if you compare it with the quantum rifle, you are only getting 120 physical attack, then 10% cooldown reduction, and your passive effect of this item. So there are again 3 effects on this item. Now for the last item is our Twilight Beads. You are getting 50% attack speed, 100% HP is not counted because it's from the second tier item. Then next is the passive effect, 5% of the target's max HP. Now you see you are getting only 2 positive effect, like 2 boost effect from your quantum rifle and Twilight Beads, but your Mars Blaze and Shining Ether gives you more stats in the less cost. That's why I really favor the energy jungle hero than the physical attack jungle hero. Energy jungle hero has also one more advantage. Most of the tanks start with the armor items, they don't buy the energy item, because when they are against the marksman, they need to have the armor instead of having the energy items. That's why your energy jungle hero can simply go and kill the enemies. That's why the ancient one, like, before she got so many nerfs, she was so much OP. One of the reason was that because ancient one jungle was too much OP, as tanks didn't buy the energy resist item in the beginning, so she was able to kill them super easy. Next is the Mars Blaze. Now I recommend Mars Blaze to buy than quantum rifle in some of the cases, especially on tank heroes. Mars Blaze is absolutely best item. Tanks have the max HP if they buy any of the other items. If you want to buy, like, if you're going with the Mars Blaze and you want to buy other attack items to build damage on it, always go for the attacks item that are going to give you max HP. For example, in the max HP category, you get max HP from, okay, we cannot see the second tier item of that, but you get max HP from Stormbreaker, 900 HP, from Titan's Glory, 500 HP, then it is from Night Sword, 500 HP, and last Immortal Glaive, 1000 HP. So you can consider to buy these 4 items when you are buying this energy item, when you are buying the tank jungle item Mars Blaze. But I would recommend to go for glorious armor also. Like, after buying the Mars Blaze, go for the glorious armor if you are building the Mars Blaze on your any hero, because Mars Blaze gives you that max HP part of the passive that you deal more damage, but with the glorious armor you deal energy damage on the nearby enemy heroes, and that again depends on your max HP, so that's a huge bonus on you. Now for the jungle item, I would talk about this quantum rifle more. Quantum rifle is helpful because, like, you see that you get less energy, more energy attack, but quantum rifle gives you less physical attack. That is mainly because quantum rifle increases your physical attack, that includes on your basic attack as well. But the this shining ether energy item only applies to your skills, because even the power hero, the energy heroes, deal physical attack when they use their basic attack. They deal energy damage when they use their skills. That's why energy attack is much more than the physical attack. And if we compare between the quantum rifle and Twilight Beads, because these two items give you 2 special effects. So Twilight Beads is much better as it gives you 50% attack speed and the unique passive that 5% of the target's HP you deal that damage. So it gets so easy for you to kill the frontline tanks even if they have a lot of HP. And in late game it's super effective, but in the late game I would always recommend you to sell these items and buy some other item. The substitute for Twilight Beads is that what item it was, Valkyrie bow. For Shining Ether, you all know it's the Dark Horde. For Mars Blaze, though I want to say that go for that item Starlight Armor, because they both of them share the same passive, but you get more stats from the Starlight Armor, though you are definitely going to lost your advantage of 200 HP regen. So it's just your choice. I think I think Mars Blaze is the most important item. Like even in the late game you don't want to sell Mars Blaze, but in Twilight Bead and Shining Ether you should definitely sell it, as well as the Quantum Rifle is also gets useless in the late game. You get 10% cooldown reduction, it doesn't matter, because in late game you already have your skills upgraded, which gives you further less cooldown reduction, and if you are getting the blue buff it is going to cover up for that. So selling the Quantum Rifle to buy the Twilight Blade is much effective, because Twilight Blade is the item which gives you most physical damage, and you also get the critical rate as well as the true damage on the enemies. So if you are having the Quantum Rifle, sell it for the Twilight Blade. In the Mars Blaze I don't think you should sell this item, but if you are selling, buy the Starlight Armor. Then Shining Ether is to buy the Dark Horde, and last for the Twilight Blade. Though 50% attack speed is a lot, you would be having less any other item, and you are also getting 100% HP regen, as well as the Deadly Leech. Don't forget the Deadly Leech, it is included in all of these, because if you sell this tier 3 item you are also going to lose your effectiveness of Leech into Deadly Leech. So that's all for this video. I hope you understand why these jungle items are so important and when is the right time to sell these items. So don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Also don't forget to subscribe if you are new here.